Hey everyone, Roland here. Today I'm going to do some more tips and tricks on Stardew Valley. And today I want to, to begin with, I want to talk about relationships. You know, the birds and the bees. Now, of course, I do not mean the birds and the bees. Relationships here, how to build them up, how to keep them, and why should you even bother? For the most part, I think you can play the game rather easily without ever thinking about relationships. Getting 8 or 10 hearts on everyone. But if you do, you will lose out on a bit. The best thing about relationships here are that you get different cutscenes, different dialogue options, and they can give you hints on other people's likes, dislikes, loves, and hates. Of course, again, this is all going from the aspect of you do not read the wiki at all, or just general tips that might help you. But from my experience, I have experienced that you do increase in hearts just by talking to people. And so if you talk to a person of 5, 6, 7 days in a row, you'll usually get a heart. But it also does seem like you can't get more than 8. That's just because she's been on 8 for like a month plus now. And basically, you can also give them gifts, but some things they'll hate, some things they'll like. Some things are logical, some things are not. For example, this is just a little gripe on what some of the dislikes and hates I've heard. Maru has said that Robin hates or dislikes rocks. She's a carpenter, she makes houses, and she hates rocks. What? I don't know, I really do not understand the reasoning behind that. It's just like, oh, yeah, you could say that she prefers to build with wood, but disliking or hating rocks is just strange. A little bit strange, to say the least. But also, you can get gifts and such. As well as my experience, you'll get mail every now and again. Although that could also be with doing the journal quest and such. I will also recommend you do journal quest because they will A, give you money, B, you might get recipes and such from it, or you might just get gifts in general. Because I do find that I sometimes, different people give me just random gifts. Sometimes they'll just send me like 30 rocks, or 30 hay, 30 wood, or just random things like that. I think that's also part of having a high relationship with people. And it can be a pain, because it will go down if you do not talk to them. I already talked a bit about that in my Is This Game Any Good, but I quickly summarize. If you don't talk to them for a while, you will start losing hearts. I still think that you should stop the loss at, let's say, 2 hearts. Because then it's become an old friend. It's like, even if you know a person very well, or you know a person well at all, you will never become a complete stranger to them again. You'll be an old friend instead. So let's say that you limit the loss to 2 or 1 heart, and then you take a little work to actually get current friend again, basically. Otherwise, that's just a thing that I've just looked and just like, I understand, but to be honest, it's very easy to keep relationships with everyone pretty high. Every other day, when I'm done with the farm completely, I'll just make my rounds. For example, run down here, talk to the wizard, then run over here if they're in the houses, talk to them, quickly checking if there are some people here and here. Then I quickly run to the town, talk to everyone I can see, go down to the beach, collect seashells, talk to Sebastian or Willy. Then I run over here, quickly talk to Clint in the blacksmith, run in here, maybe talk to Sam. No, Shane, I think it was, or something like that. Then quickly run up here. There might be people up here chilling. Then run up here, talk to Robin, Sebastian, Maru, Demetrius, those, and talk to the hobo. And then I run back home. That run will take you a few hours, though. It's not a quick run, but it will help you keep relationships with everyone at a decently high level, which is what you want. But to be honest, you do it after you're done farming completely, because this is a pretty big farm all in all, and my energy goes down to about here. So I run around talking to people while I'm foraging, which does kill 2 birds in 1 stone. But it's like, yeah. Also, of course, you will need to get a high relationship status with people to actually be able to marry one of the single people. My choice was Penny. And then you can just embrace them randomly when you have talked completely through with them. Also, if you want to know, why should you marry? Well, she just fed all the animals and filled my cat's bowl, and sometimes she will water all my plants. At the moment, I won't bother watering anything really, except for these which are automatically watered, because it's day 28. Everything will die, like tomorrow. See any eggs? Yeah. You will want to have your relationship status decently high at the very least. Also, I will be covering the community center, and should you do the community center or not? I would say immediately yes, you should do the community center if you wanted to be a part of the yo-yo mart, or if you wanted to be part of nothing, basically be part of the town or yo-yo mart. It's up to you. If you do go and buy a yo-yo membership, for the superstore here, they will plow over the field and make a warehouse, and then you can just buy all the bundles with money instead. But I personally want to actually do it the proper way and build it up as a community center, because that's what I'm doing at the moment. Basically, for example, with the pantry, bring high quality stuff. I'll be getting these 2 next season. But bring a bunch of high quality stuff to here, and you get the greenhouse. The greenhouse is it's probably one of the most essential buildings in the game. From what I hear, it's one of the most essential farming buildings in the game. To actually be able to farm during winter or do off-season crops, you need the greenhouse, which is basically a gift for doing all of that. We have the fish tank, which will glittering boulder removed. I think that's up by the mine. Basically, I need to get the red snapper, which I think is next season, and I need to fix the bus and get myself over to the desert. If the traveling merchant sells a sandfish, I'm going to buy it there because, well, I need the vault to get the bus repaired, which is 25,000, 2,500, 10,000, 5,000. It's going to cost me a little bit. Also, red quartz here, mine cars. That's basically fast traveling. I really want that. A lot friendship. I think it's basically you get between 1 and 4 hearts with everyone plus, which does help. But again, they're a little bit expensive, and you can just talk to people. And yes, I would say getting this is very good. First of all, I think if you do it as a community center, you will, basically the town will be happier. I don't think you actually get anything really. I don't think, they actually give you more friendship, if you do it as bundles this way. But the place will be fixed up, and it will be looking good, and it will actually be a community center of the town. I'm pretty certain, at the very least, that's what it seems like when you look at achievements, which says, fix the community center or something like that. And I would say fixing, you get a lot of really good things. It will cost you quite a bit. All kinds of different fish, for example. It will cost you money. It will cost you all kinds of crafting materials. But I would still say it's pretty worth it. Although that is completely up to you. If you want to, you can just sit there farming ancient fruit, a whole bunch of that, make it into a yo-yo mart warehouse and buy it. Which is also, if you just want the bundles, the bundle, what you get from the bundles, I would probably suggest that, because that is the fastest way if you have just a bunch of money and you do not care about the story at all, I would say just make it a Yo-Yo Mart. You can buy everything basically. But if you want it to be a community center, which I think other than, I guess, probably people will probably start, gathering here, probably. Other than that, I don't think you actually get anything. I haven't gotten to that part yet, because I fucked up a couple of seasons. But yeah, I think that should cover both relationships and the community center of why you probably should get it, because again, it's pretty fucking good. But other than that, I have nothing else to do now. But other than that, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next video.